Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls in that technical.
I will fucking stab you. I will stab you in the face. I will stab you in the face. I'm on my way to your house. I'm on my way to your motherfucking house. Don't try to take my shit, motherfucker. Don't do that. I don't give a fuck if it is your birthday.
It's my birthday. Nigga. I can do what I want.
I will.
Oh, yes. That's how you get a show started.
See y'all later.
Oh, you mother, father, sister, brother. You really did that. You really did that. And you ran off Rick Stroh. I don't even want to do it now. I don't even want to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, and all that other stuff. Yes, we are live. Thanks for joining us here at Blerds and Whiskey Live. We have fun here. And clearly, when it's, I can't wait till it's my birthday. Oh, I'm going to act a fucking fool. And I'm coming to your house for my birthday. Got a great show lined up for you. Thank you for joining us live on, you just got me all discombobulated. What are y'all drinking?
I'm drinking Uncle Nearest.
No one cares. Move on.
Oh, man.
Uncle Nearest, and what else?
Just Uncle Nearest.
Oh, okay. Did you take that drink from someone else?
And violence.
So you took that drink from someone else, didn't you?
No.
I'm just doing classic Jameson and Pepsi. Jameson and Pepsi with a little bit of lemon juice mixed in. I got nothing else.
I put some tequila and a little bit of Hennessy in the bottom of a hookah and smoked a little weed out of it. So then I took the residue from what we had left over and I poured it into this cup.
Not the only person choosing violence, I see. All right, I got some Bacardi Spice rum. I'm drinking it straight. Yeah. Weekend Herb's birthday is coming up
tomorrow,
and yeah, I don't care when now. I don't care. I don't care when it is. I don't care. You don't steal much. Happy early birthday on the show.
I don't know if you noticed, but that's kind of his thing to steal other people's stuff. Matter of fact,
I know, but not my.
There was a post I had, and he used my own picture as a reaction to my own post. I'm like, yo, you steal so much stuff. You stole my face. What's wrong with you, man?
He's infamous for stealing even other podcast shows. He will steal their post and then post it like he's the one that found it.
Dude, you're human tofu, man.
You are Edward Norton from the Italian Job, sir.
You are the Tony Yayo of Blerds and Whiskey. You just.
I thought
I was going and for your birthday, I was going to say I'm going to be nice to Herb and not go on him.
No, man, come on. Keep it how it is. This is the way I want it.
It's gonna be this way. It's gonna be this way. Trust and believe.
I want y'all to be the way that y'all are.
We are reiterating the whatever the fucking word is. Put it on the wall. We are reintroducing fucking Punch Buggy just for you. That's what we're doing. Okay.
All right, let's keep the show going.
Get the church wrong. Get the church. I can't even talk.
First Blerds, be able to go and check that out every Thursday on YouTube, IG, OTTV. Continue to watch his show on Roku, and you can go and check out old episodes of Blerds and Whiskey. Guys, the Super Bowl halftime show has been put out there as far as who's going to be on the docket. You have Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige. They went all the way black on this one.
Wait, you said Eminem, right?
I mean, yeah, you got to put something in there. I mean, I guess. But you have this listing because it's going to be in LA for the Super Bowl. You got Dr. Dre, Kendrick, and Snoop, who are all from Los Angeles. And this is the first time that all five of them have been on the same stage. So this should be fun.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Jamaica on YouTube. Yeah, he is Christopher Columbus. Yeah. Oh, this belongs to somebody else. I think I'll just take this for my own.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I discovered this meme. I went on somebody else's page and I found it. I discovered it. But getting back to the Super Bowl, yeah, this gonna be a whole bunch of look out for a whole bunch of white guys in glasses saying I won't be watching this Super Bowl halftime the whole year.
Yeah.
And then Super Bowl comes and they're watching it.
No, you're gonna have a bunch of dudes in the truck with the hat going, I tell you what's wrong with America right now. It's Super Bowl, America's pastime. But yeah, that's gonna be a bunch of those posts. Look out, TikTok.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So moving on, Scarlett Johansson and Disney have finally settled on the lawsuit that was put out there by Scarlett Johansson. The amount is undisclosed, but gentlemen, thoughts on this one?
Yay.
Good for her, I guess. I mean, but I mean,
why do I care about her pockets?
right? Like, I mean, that's
she's hurting.
You're right.
Again,
So,
there's gonna be some buyout
Money.
about some
Like
great black woman that's gonna come along and they're gonna give her the role. So
right, I was about to Shang-Chi.
I'm glad you said that, Rick, because more than likely, so Scarlet Witch, despite her being one of the MCU's founding Avengers, is a replaceable character, and what they've done in a lot of Hollywood things when they're doing movies like this, they replace them with a black person. So yeah, I'm glad you said, because they more than likely would end up replacing her after her sister dies of something like that.
I mean,
Black Widow. I'm sorry.
They've already replaced her character with somebody who does the role a lot better. Again, I love
actually has an accent
with the actual Russian. Well, yeah, character with the actual Russian accent. I should say.
I love Florence Pugh so much more than I loved Scarlett Johansson's portrayal. I mean, the only thing I will say is this. Hopefully, this starts to help people get compensated more for what they do, as far as like in the streaming aspects. You know, people doing these movies and these shows, and hopefully they start getting compensated well for it and not compensated like they're doing. What did Robert Downey Jr. say in the movie? No. It's doing Planet of the Apes on YouTube or some shit. That's what they're getting compensated like. So, I mean, hopefully they start to actually pay people for the work that they're doing as far as both streaming and big time movie productions.
Yeah.
So I got an audible question for you guys. Basically, so Scarlett Johansson's net worth as of 2020 was $165 million. If you find yourselves as an actor in a similar situation, asking for, I guess it was roughly around 50, 60 or 100, whatever amount she was asking for compensation for them not doing the theaters. If you had that much in the bank, would you still go through with this, or would you just play ball?
Yes, because it's the principle of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pay me my money.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck how much I got in the bank. We agreed to this. Give me my money right now in all quarters.
Screws, you can't swim in that. I've told you this off the show. You can't swim in that much damn.
That's the coin. Hey, I don't shit on your dreams. Don't you shit on mine. All right?
And who knows with that many quarters, what kind of drinking concoction Rick will come up with that. I boiled some pennies, distilled it.
I believe Big Worm said it best. It's the principality of it. Give me my damn money. This is all this needs to be said.
He was wrong then too, but yeah. Okay, yeah.
No, it's give me my money. Give me my money.
I think in the long run, if I was in that situation with the character, if they didn't kill the character off, I might be willing to play ball, and it may be more money in the long term, in my opinion. So, but if they kill my character off and that was pretty much final for my character, then I can understand. Mr. Petty? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, but I mean, honestly, in Marvel, nobody's ever really did, and that's why she did agree to a settlement. You know what I mean? Like she didn't get the full whatever amount of money she was looking for. She got a good amount. We're never going to know how much she actually got made. And in all sense, she did settle so that she can have the prospect of being able to work with Marvel/Disney again down the road. Because I mean, they're the cash cow. They're the cash cow. Like. If you want to make money right now in the film industry or entertainment industry, you have to work with Disney.
It won't be too long before Henry Cavill shows up on Disney, probably playing. Who would he play?
Wolverine.
God, no. Fuck no. Y'all trying to give me an aneurysm? No.
Yeah. He would make a good MCU Eddie Brock.
Well, speaking of other Marvel movies, the director of Thor: The Dark World says that he has a director's cut.
Rick, you go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Alan Taylor.
No one cares. Move on.
Shut the fuck up. The best part of your movie was Thor hanging up Mjolnir on a coat hanger. Shut your stupid mouth. No one wants to hear this shit.
Dark World. Like, yo, I've seen enough of Dark World. I've seen enough times to be like, there's just no way that he's talking about like he had a different vision. Like there was no other vision that you had in mind that would make Dark World better.
Yeah, just like Josh Trank told us that he had a different version of the 2015 Fantastic Four. Shut your dirty whore mouths.
Yeah, that one scene where you want to encapsulate like the depravity of Thor was not worth the 90 minutes of dealing with dark matter and the ether and never forget the most terrifying MCU villains ever, the Dark Elves. Ooh, spooky. Spooky. Oh man, what was that? What was that? It was I think it was After Earth. What was that movie with John Travolta? He had like the whack ass dreads. That's what Dark World reminded me of. Thor Dark. I'm like, yo, this is bad.
Hey, be careful. You're attacking Scientology, buddy. They're gonna come get you.
It's okay. As long as I get to beat Tom Cruise in a foot race, I should be good.
Real quick, on Facebook, I do agree with this when Chuck Clark says Henry Cavill as the Sentry.
What about Hyperion?
I like that too. He's got the.
He can play like any other Superman archetype that was therefore showing that he could always play Superman.
Yeah, that would be
Warlock.
Adam Warlock? No. He has like that, like Adam Warlock. He can play like a guy who's just born yesterday. Look, like he has that about him.
Okay,
he's got range. So I'm also thinking about characters with some actual depth. So I think Sentry would be a good one for him.
Okay. What was the name? So Netflix put this new show out on their platform, and it's called Squid Game, where basically you fight for your life to play by playing kids games. And if you win a boatload of money. You lose, you die. So, yeah. Did you guys check this show out?
Not yet. I'm on my way, though. But I also watched, what's the other one? Alice in Borderlands, which is also pretty good, too. Yeah, but everything I've seen so far just makes it seem like it's a very interesting show. So I'm all for it.
Okay. I watched the first episode. I didn't get a chance to get into it because I've been kind of busy. But it's like Alice in Borderlands, like Mr. Petty said. But they've been doing a lot of these.
First of all, you gotta get my name right. It's Weekend Petty.
Oh my goodness, you too. Just gonna Weekend and Whiskey. That's what we're gonna start calling the show. No, like and Battle Royale, Comic Book Says on YouTube. Yes, stuff like that. And they've been releasing a lot of these out, and they're pretty good. They're pretty interesting, thriller type shows. So I mean, I thoroughly enjoy. I know I'm going to enjoy it. And the best part that I've seen so far, if I'm doing things with TikTok, is the TikTok where they have the doll standing in the background. They're playing the theme music as the game starts, and then back that ass up starts playing because you're playing red light, green light, and the first person starts twerking. Gets shot. It cracks me up. I've seen like 5 different versions. Girl and her best friend. Oh, bitch, you better not. Oh, I got it. I got you. This is my song. And yeah. You're working like a pow. And
it's crazy because games, movies, or shows like that, really solidify your friendship because I already know for a fact that because we'll have all these discussions. Who do you think would? And then like I realized that you all would kill me within the first 10 minutes.
You did that to yourself.
No. You all would either kill me for A, making that quick decision, or B, because you know that I'm a threat. So it's like, or if it involves Speedy, I kill Cam right now.
It depends on how many people get to survive.
You all don't even give me that chance. You're all going to kill me. I already know this.
We heard the same rules that you heard. There were 2 survivors, and you did not make a plan or an alliance fast enough. That's just what it is.
Wow. Well, I don't know if y'all saw RDC World's version of it, where it was them going up against some white people, and they said the game next that we have to play is basketball. And all the black people was just like, yes, we got this shit. And the girl was sitting there like, no, I have a kid at home. He's like, sorry, bitch, and then just and walked off. So yeah, that wow, that show is actually pretty good so far. I'm 4 episodes in, so I will be watching the rest of it. But that concludes.
Before you move on, let's ask the question: if we were in the Squid Game,
you're gonna kill me. We already just said this, man.
Well, we've already agreed on that.
Y'all.
We have 2 other people here and 1 guy in the background. Who would go first? Let's not pick, because we know everybody's every man for himself. But if the 5 of us, that's including off-camera guy, was in a situation, who are you taking out first?
Rick.
What type of situation? Give me an actual scenario.
All right, so having actually completed.
Herb just answered the question. Herb, without even knowing the situation, I'm taking Rick out.
Rick is the threat. I'm sorry.
All right. Hold up, Mike.
Camera guy's about to come in.
So having actually completed the show, it all depends on what game you're playing, because some games are team based, and some games are like free for all, like the red light, green light. Like, you know, a million people could survive that. So it's like, what are we doing? We playing craps? Like, what are we doing? What game is it?
Okay, let's just make it as basic as possible. It's a battle royale between the 5 of us. We're in a ring. Who are you taking out first?
Oh, it's a fight?
Yeah.
Rick.
It's a
okay, so in this order, I'm taking out Rick, and then I had to take out EO, then Trey, and then Herb is last.
Okay.
But knowing Herb,
and he froze.
He's like, yo, he's already, and that's why I'm saving her for last, because he's gonna copy what I'm doing. So after, like I said, I'll save Trey for second to last, and when after Trey's dead, and while he's trying to kill Trey because I just killed Trey, then I kill Herb.
Are there weapons involved, or is it just
no weapons?
No, there are weapons involved.
It's just hand to hand.
There's weapons involved.
Oh,
I don't want to give you an edge, Cam.
No, that is it. I will find a way to make the weapon, and weapons are involved. You already know I play dirty, and I know I have to play dirty because you're going to try to kill me first.
If it's I'm
gonna play dirty.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if it's hand to hand right now, the 4 of y'all better gang up on me.
So I was about to say, I don't have to say it, because off camera guy and me already have an understanding. We take y'all out first, and then it's me and him. But
I will have aspirin ready for EO.
Oh, don't say that. Anyway,
are you gonna whip each other with belts to finally get to the death?
We didn't tell that story. We did not tell that story here. Did we tell that story? I think we did. But anyway,
Blerds and Whiskey's friends to the end.
Yes. So in the comments, put down who you think would go out first. Just who you think is going to go out first. I want to see it in the comments. All right, we can move on now.
Star Trek. Hold on. Comic books on YouTube says Star Trek rules. Red shirts first. Whatever, nigga.
That means I'd be a captain. All right.
Yeah, but don't think so.
Listen, everybody got a plan until my thumb is 2 inches deep in your head.
Trey, come on.
Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. All right. So, speaking of suspending disbelief,
and broken thumbs.
Anyway,
speaking of suspending disbelief, in our first topic,
yeah, go ahead, man.
We wanted to have a conversation here, basically talking about different movies and things that have happened in movies or media, where there are things that, in order for you to enjoy it, because we all know that I fucking hate stuff like this, but in order for you to enjoy it, you actually have to suspend your disbelief. Notable examples: Transformers was that Dark Side of the Moon, where Optimus Prime is fighting Marky Mark with a fucking sword, and Marky Mark is defending himself with the sword. This is a 20-ton truck monster, and he's sword fighting it on even stances. Like,
because he's powered by the Funky Bunch.
Oh God. Oh God. I hate it. It is the worst. He's got
all of Boston behind him.
Marky Mark from Boston.
Yeah, like Sylvester Stallone as Rocky. He battled steroids in
steroids
with all of Philly behind him. That's, he had the power of the people.
Performance enhancements winning. I don't know what you're talking about. They tag team partners, man. So Transformers is a good one because I was like, so as we discussed before, like I'm watching Transformers and I'm like, all right, giant aliens that look like everyday items and stuff like that on planet Earth. All right, cool, that's acceptable. All right, so giant robot aliens doing like parkour in the city streets using rocket boosters to add to their flips and no casualties. All right, I'm accepting that. They speak English. All right, cool. I'm accepting that. And then I see like Shia LaBeouf's character start doing like parkour to get to the Energon cube. And then I'm like, yo, what in the hell is this? And on Even Stevens did he even learn this skill? Like that's the point I'm trying to figure out.
So going into that same movie as you're talking about with suspension of the belief. Now, there's also a little bit of a problem, right? So didn't the Decepticons and the Autobots, they learned English through the internet when they got here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means they're just scanning the internet. So at this point, how is it that Barricade, who is the police car Decepticon, why is he harassing this little white boy the way that he is? He's brutalizing him. He's trying to run him down. He's not black. You've been looking at the wrong internet, sir. That's not how you treat the little white boys. He's supposed to get him up and help him and say, "Hey, let me take you to your car." He wasn't supposed to be
Burger King.
He wasn't supposed to be barreling down on him.
Disbelief. I'm like, I don't believe this now.
Right, exactly. Like that, it broke all the immersion for me. But you know what?
This is so fictional.
The movie that actually does it for me, as far as that goes, is a movie that I find myself railing out against at least several times a year. Little known movie directed by F. Gary Gray. It was called Law Abiding Citizen. In Law Abiding Citizen, Gerard Butler plays a man whose wife and daughter were both assaulted and murdered in front of him, right? And so the two men that committed this horrible atrocity, they essentially, one of them is given a couple years in jail, and the other one is put to death. The one that's given a couple years and then set free, he was the one that did the actual crimes. And then the one who was put to death was the one who was just kind of like there. He was the hanger on or whatever, right? So anyway, Gerard Butler happens to be a CIA asset who kills leaders of free countries. And in this movie, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, you're like 10 years behind. Gerard Butler starts executing all the people who had to do with his wife and daughter's murderers going free. And so he ends up getting defeated by Jamie Foxx, who plays a district attorney, and Cole Meany. Exactly. He is the assistant district attorney for most of the damn movie. And Cole Meany, who plays a regular Philadelphia police officer. So you mean to tell me that this man who killed a leader of a free country by putting a carbon fiber filament in his tie and making him choke himself to death is defeated by a DA with the fucking lineup from the gods and a fat Irish cop? Stop it. Just stop it right now.
I'm actually gonna speak for off-camera guy on this one because we both like went on rants about this one because going back to Transformers, you mean to tell me that the Decepticons were so well meticulous about their plan that they enrolled one of the Decepticons in college, went through story orientation, had a whole social life. She was popular, went through student orientation, paid tuition, and then had lived in a dorm and waited like 2 years for Shia LaBeouf's character to show up.
And then tries to seduce him.
Had to go, and then tries to do man, like y'all expect me to believe.
Go back and watch the first Transformers movie. You will understand what we're talking about.
That was from the second one.
Was that the second one?
That was the second one. That was from Dark Side of the Moon.
He was in high school. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Second one
was Revenge. No, second one was Revenge of the Fallen. Then the third one was Dark Side of the Moon with.
I should call Little Trey in here. He knows him like
with Sentinel Prime. The third one was Dark Side of the Moon with Sentinel Prime, which is even fucking worse.
Wait, I got another one. I got another one for you for suspense of disbelief, though. Right off the Rick Stroh's Jamie Foxx train. Collateral, I believe it was, where he played like a taxi driver who had to like drive Tom
Tom
Cruise everywhere.
Tom Cruise.
And I'm like at one point he didn't run away. At one point he didn't call the police. At one point, like he's just all right, get in the car with me. Sure.
Real quick, let's come back to Collateral. But Herb, I want to hear what you got. What movie you got?
I got, and Trey's probably gonna like this one. Fast and the Furious.
I knew he was gonna do it.
It's jumping off the train off the train bridge into water from really high heights and just splashing and nothing hurting. Going into space with a car. Han should have been died. Letty loses her memory and just gets it because Dom is about to die.
We can Herb. You how do you have a suspense of disbelief? You have to believe in family. Are you saying you don't believe in family? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
It appears as though you're about to get kicked out of the Fast family, sir, because that's all accurate. Everything that happens in those movies is all real.
You do not doubt family.
You don't ever go against family. Right. You won't ever go against family.
Turn your back on family. You're not invited to a cookout afterwards.
God damn it.
The Buster helped me defy the laws of physics.
Right, exactly.
You realize y'all say Fast and the Furious so much that it pops up in ads over here. Like the algorithm picks up on that, and I am constantly reminded
agent is in joke
of the he's in joke mode. My FBI agent thinks he must be fucking Kevin Hart because at this point he just drops a Fast 9 came out months ago, and I still get advertisements for that shit because of you fuckers.
Yeah.
Because
shout out to the FBI.
Because of family, Trey. Because of family.
Because family. Oh,
it's been a long day.
Like, we don't have the rights to that.
So like, in order for us to enjoy certain movies, we have to suspend disbelief. And sometimes some stuff we do let go and be like, all right, look, just for the sake of plot lines, I'll let this go. To this day, I will still never understand how Awkwafina's character was able to have like the 1 in a million shot archery after just learning how to pluck a but like I did archery for like a few years, and I could never still hit that accuracy that she had learned in like a day or two.
Shang-Chi. Yeah, that's true.
Was it 2 days?
It wasn't 2 days.
No, it was hours.
It was a couple hours. And listen, her ability to steal somebody else's shtick just knows no bounds. First she's stolen Black culture. Now she's out there appropriating it from other Asian people. She took their traditional Asian culture. Right, she took their traditional values and just like, this seems like something good to steal, Herb. And then she just fucking shoots it right into the neck of a dragon.
Like, first of all, dragons were all necks. So I don't understand how she do that one spot. Like,
wait a minute.
So I've got one as far as
you've been taking Awkwafina comedy classes, haven't you? They're stealing and shit. That's where he got it from. Because he's been taking Awkwafina. I knew it all along.
Watching the show frequent, man. I mean, it's a funny show.
Chuck Clark, shut the hell up. By the way, Fast 9 is the second biggest grossing movie in the world right now. Shut up.
Exactly.
So yeah, my ultimate choice is, and it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it, in that little movie called Twilight. How do you have sparkly vampires throughout the world?
This is the skin of a killer.
And nobody knows. Nobody knows that these fuckers, as soon as you have a ray of sunlight, ultraviolet light hits you, you don't die like regular vampires. You sparkle like you're made of diamonds. How? Like, no, everybody, all the vampires in the world just live in dark places. No, fuck that. They got to go outside eventually. People are going to see this shit. So that's mine.
I love the fact that he was ashamed of this. He's like, this is who I am. And he's all shiny and sparkly. And she's just like, you're beautiful. Don't lie to me, Bill.
Like,
I'm just trying to figure out how the sparkly vampire thing is what made you suspend belief. Meanwhile, he's a whole 109-year-old ass man out here sniffing around a 15-year-old. Like that's way more problematic to me. I mean,
it is.
Kelly all over again.
That's
so, no,
worse.
Worse than R. Kelly, man.
That's so much worse.
Yeah, that is like, even you tell me, oh man, nah.
That's a different level of grooming right there. Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right.
Like,
so,
if a girl is like 10 years younger than me, I don't have a lot to talk about. How you got like a century and some change, What are you gonna talk about, man? Remember the Great Depression? Yeah, I know. I felt so sad. Oh, wait.
I lost my first wife then. Damn it.
I just got a text message from an angry Twilight fan.
Oh, she gonna be really mad because I mean the part that always made me so laugh. What always made me laugh about it was the fact that the director was like, all right, we want these tense moments of you all like you will they won't they say anything, and it just looked like they just forgot their lines in the middle of like the whole movie. They're just sitting there just staring. He's like driving, looking over at her. How about
the first movie where when she walks in the room, he looks like he's about to throw up. And it's like.
Or how about the fact that she shifts and twitches more than Eddie Brock did?
Wow.
She's all like,
facts.
Yeah, guys. It's just
Chuck Clock. I wasn't gonna bring that up. Or the 16-year-old werewolf falling in love with an infant.
He imprinted on her. He wasn't in love. There's a difference.
So yeah, he's just gonna wait around till she's an adult. Yeah, this just the whole Twilight series is just fucked. But speaking of Eddie Brock, let's go ahead and roll out our character of the week.
Character of the week. So, today's character of the week, Cletus Cassidy, better known as Carnage. I bet that movie was great. Cletus Cassidy was a cellmate of Eddie Brock at Rikers Island. When the symbiote found Eddie Brock, they formed Venom and escaped, leaving a little piece of Venom behind. My recollection at the time, I thought that he had scraped himself or something and left a little piece of him behind, and then it jumped over to Cletus. But come to find out that the symbiotes are asexual, and it was pregnant at the time, but it lacked paternal instincts to care about its offspring, so when it gave birth, it just left kids behind and kept it moving. How come you don't want me no more, man? One thing about Carnage that's actually pretty interesting is the fact that like Eddie Brock by himself is not Venom, and the symbiote by itself is not Venom. The symbiote combined with Eddie Brock makes Venom, which is why it says we are Venom. So Venom identifies as they or we. Carnage, or Cletus Cassidy, I should say, embraces the nature of the symbiote. Just says, I am Carnage. Like, he is that. That is him. Like, his powers pretty much are like blade-like shape-shifting abilities with his appendage. He can form claws, he can form swords, scythes, sickles, projectiles, anything sharp and murderous that he can impale into people, he goes for it. Yeah, so there was a team-up when he first appeared. No big deal. Boom, boom, boom. Took care of him. Cool. Come on, Cletus! The one that people really care about is the second meeting of Carnage, which is formed that 14-part story arc over multiple Spider-Man books: Web Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Maximum Carnage.
Maximum Carnage.
In fact, it was so popular, let's see, he combined with a lot of the street level heroes at the time, so Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Captain America, Cloak and Dagger. They all had to team up to fight a city that was really against them, along with an increasing body count from Carnage and his crew. Doppelganger, Carrion, Hobgoblin, Shriek. Was there anyone else? I don't remember if there was anyone else. It all led to a popular crossover, 14-part story arc, that whole thing. It was so popular, in fact, it was a video game based off of it. A side-scroller, beat 'em up, 2D. It was both on Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. I prefer the SNES version. Speaking of video games, actually, side note, the Red Symbiote was actually featured in another video game. It was Spider-Man 1 on PlayStation 1. The Red Symbiote had combined with Dr. Octopus and had formed probably like the most nightmarish, scary thing that was chasing you with with the 32-bit graphics that was chasing after you. That was pretty frightening if you think about it. He's been featured in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Of course, they had to like dumb it down because he couldn't be a serial killer, so he was like some bomber, some arsonist. Carnage couldn't do mass murder, so his tendrils just drained life forces. He just puts people to sleep. Like, you can't show him murdering him, so we'll just suck his soul. Alright. Because Fox censorship. He's been featured in a Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. He was also featured in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. Speaking of Ultimate Spider-Man, he was also featured in the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book series back in the like 2000s. Carnage basically just kills. He lives up to the name. He's just a barrage of murder, and there is no way of rhyme or reason for it. If you are a fan of Carnage, seek help. Seriously. What's wrong with you? There's also recently Absolute Carnage, which involves some sort of magical twist to it. Because comics. So shout out to, why am I saying a shout out to Carnage? Because that's just, back to you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Talk about guns like I ain't got none. I think I sold them all. Yo, shout out to me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hashtag Camism. Tell your friends. Use this knowledge for a trivia contest. So as we just saw the end of it, I didn't get a chance to see the movie yet. Any of y'all seen the movie yet?
Looks like Trey did.
Mr. Proper, you have that they didn't follow the source material look on your face. How comic accurate was the San Francisco bound Sony Venom?
I'm gonna do my best not to spoil it for you guys because I decided to subject myself to this for the second time. The second time I went to the movies and saw a Sony Venom picture. It is utterly and completely shits on anything that's even considered source material, first off. So I'm not surprised. I didn't go in there with high expectations, like maybe he's going to have the spider symbol on the suit. Nothing like that. No. I halfway expected them to at least follow the same storyline they went through with the first fucking time they did it. But no, they threw that shit out the fucking window. Remember the first movie? They had 5 symbiotes that landed on Earth. One was a red one. No, we don't know anything about that one. This is fucking gone. Just fucking gone. So yeah, let me stop. I'm not going to spoil it. It was. It was a piece of shit. It was a piece of garbage. I could not stand it. The other thing is, one good thing about it was I was happy that Woody Harrelson was casted as Cletus Cassidy. But yes, it's PG-13. But I expected natural born killers. I got Cletus in fucking love. Yes, we could tell that from what we saw in the fucking trailers. But Cletus in love? Like that's what we got? No, do you know who the fuck Cletus Cassidy is? He is a murderous psychopath. He loves chaos. He worships chaos. That's what I needed. I need him to channel that inner demon. But we got none of that. We got none of that here. And the ending, oh boy. If I tell you, it will ruin it for you. But
I got
go watch the movie.
I have a question or a comment, I should say. So the PG-13 has nothing to do with hindering on his performance as a psychopath, to be honest.
Yeah.
The PG-13 red tape, we all know it can be implied murder, like, hand goes up and then suspense and then move on to the next scene. They can do the actual murder because they can show blood and stabbing and death with PG-13. It's gratuitous violence, so maybe like not too much blood spurting out. So Kill Bill wouldn't make a PG-13 rating if they try to edit it, but they can still show him being stabbed because there have been horror movies and
Kill Bill,
movies that's been PG-13. But most of the PG-13 is basically boils down to like sex and language. You still have the same action and violence as rated R movies have. They learned that a long time ago, which is why PG-13. So I don't think PG-13 was the reason why he didn't get the full psychotic Cletus Cassidy. I think it boils down to the fact that he just didn't understand the source material. If given what the script was and he read that and he's like, oh, so he's a psychopath, I'll just play like a guy who's like really like he tried to do Hannibal Lecter and less Joker.
See, the thing is, that's it. That's exactly it. Yes, he should have went more Joker. I totally agree with you there. But it's like he was so reserved. He was so calm and chill. He raised his voice on 3 occasions in this movie. They're like, no, Cletus literally cackles and screams and screeches in his regular form before he gets a symbiote. What's up?
So if you have to pick between which was the worst between Joker and Venom 2.
It's still got to be Joker for me. It's still got to be Joker for me. It's still got to be fucking Joker for me. It's Joker, hands down. And you got to go see the movie. I'm shitting on it completely.
So what if the post credits to Joker led to a Batman tie-in? Because the one thing you always kept saying is it doesn't make sense for a joke.
That would make it worse. That would make me hate it even fucking more.
What if I had tie into
Joker
Gotham,
would
like
be 65. Batman would be 30. That would make it fucking worse. No.
Like 65-year-olds ain't crazy?
They can't fight a fucking ninja with bats on his head. They can't do that shit. No.
I mean, if he's insane.
Okay. get out, shut up. No, no, no. But ultimately, go watch the movie. Just trust me. If you got to sneak in for the last 15 minutes, watch what happens and just stay. And that's all I can say without spoiling things. Chuck Clark, do not spoil it in the comments because I know you've seen it. Don't fucking spoil it.
Okay, so last question. Because I figured, because I'm not, without giving us the actual what happened in the end credits, I can assume your facial expression for the whole entire movie was basically, what was the facial expression when you seen that last scene?
Well, we were just going to call it out. Sure. I went from simmering anger through the entire film to complete and utter surprise. That was my. I screamed. I exclaimed at the top. My son is sitting next to me, and I damn near punched him in the face when I extended my arms. It was like it said what I had to say, and you to understand it, you got to go watch it.
Got it.
I stood up, and the bad part is it was like maybe 20 people in the theater. So, and we're all spread out. I am of course, I'm the loudest one in there. And everybody was like, yes, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. Yes. So go watch at least the last 15 minutes. That's all I can say.
Okay. All righty.
So we did not get Maximum Carnage. Okay, gotcha.
No. And I have that book somewhere, but yeah, we definitely didn't get Max. They did the killing scene properly. The execution scene, they did that accurately, word for word, the diatribe that Cletus is saying as he's being killed. And the the Carnage symbiote pops out, they did that good. So that was a positive.
Okay. So moving forward, guys, What If had an excellent show this week. What y'all think of it?
I'll go last.
I think I want Rick to go first because he's the one who predicted it.
I mean, I'm always right. So I mean, what's the use of acting excited when you're always right? I mean, I don't
think you're always right.
Always right. Always right.
I don't think you're always right. You were right on calling this. I will concede, yes, you had this part right. But it doesn't make sense because the what if, before I go, anybody else had anything to want to add to it?
Sure, I'll go first. The what if, I've always said has been pretty much like professional fan fiction. So it doesn't really hold per se any weight to the MCU, but like we were trying to tell Mr. Proper last week, the MCU rules aren't the same as Marvel rules. So one of the things he pointed out was that outside of that particular dimension or that timeline, those particular Infinity Stones become useless outside. So the notion of Ultron Vision jumping from one universe to another wouldn't happen because, the moment he jumps through, the Infinity Gems would be useless. Well, Ultron just said, fuck what you thought, and he did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what made him more spatially aware to know who the Watcher was as opposed to Thanos.
I think
he had all of
them. So keep in mind, he's a digital being. So the Watcher actually uses technology as well. So did Thanos to some extent, with the exception of the gauntlet itself. So he may have been able to hack those networks at computer fast speeds and figure things out, kill Thanos immediately, and was able to sense the disturbance in the area, the disturbance in the Force, with the Watcher. And the same thing could be said. There is precedent that this could be a thing where the Infinity Stones are based on Loki and them breaking the timeline. That unified timeline stayed like that because you would have situations where the Infinity Stones would become more powerful because now it's branching out. They're no longer pruned from their individual universe. And that's another thing. They were pruned from the universes. So I stand corrected on that. But they could be a technological aspect to the Infinity Stones that make them work if a computer genius, Ultron, can figure it out. So that may be one reason why it does work.
So when the opening, not the opening, but the scene where Thanos comes to the portal and he's got 5 of the 6 gems and he's looking for the last one. So essentially, what you have, like, I agree with what Trey's saying. Essentially, you have like a being who is everybody has some type of hold back to them, right? Where they can't go 100%. Everybody is like that Thanos. He still has these things, but he still has a goal that he wants to accomplish. He still has something that he wants to do. Meanwhile, Ultron is just hell bent on domination and destruction of everything organic, like that. And he instantly so instead of having something that holds him back and kind of repressed what he wants to do, he instantly has an understanding of any tool that's going to help him meet his goal. Essentially, that's why when he gets them, that's why when Thanos pops through the portal, he instantly processes everything at lightning speed, and it's just like, oh, okay, threat, but I need those, and cuts them in half because he understands the power of the Mind Stone that he has, and that's why once he absorbs the rest of the stones, he turns into a Nexus level being, like instantly, because there's no buffer, there's no holdback. It's just I know what I want to do, and this is gonna help me do it. That's why he fucking destroyed Xandar, Asgard, and what else did he? For some reason, he ended up by Darth Vader's castle.
And
but that's
Eon and Ego. He destroyed
Wait.
Yeah.
We gotta rewind that. What did you just say?
Yeah,
castle.
If you actually go back and look, him and the Watcher are fighting, and they're on a lava planet, and Darth Vader's castle is in the background. It's there.
And the Forest too. The Forest too was actually part of Star Wars as well.
Yep. No, I gotta go back. I gotta go back and rewatch it. I gotta go.
So I did like that part where Thanos just came in and he was all like, I think, what stone did Thanos have? Because if he had all five.
Yeah, the other 5, he was just looking for the Mind Stone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I did find it interesting that he just with one zap of the Mind Stone split him in half. So basically he pulled, I don't know if y'all saw AEW this weekend, but he basically did Arn Anderson. He's like, what are you gonna do when you're chilling and someone opens up a portal and says, give me your stones? No, you would just say, hey, just don't hurt me. Here you go. Here's my world. Me, I pull out my Mind Stone and I pull it and split him in half. I bet that made a lot of people kind of upset. They're like, wait, that's it? Like, that was the whole Infinity War? I've come to your... That was it.
I find it funny that Doctor Strange had 14 million possibilities, and that wasn't one of them.
I mean,
Ultron was already dead in their universe.
No, I'm just saying. You're telling me that
splitting Thanos in half.
I mean, yeah. That could work.
But would that vision have done that though?
You're right though, because
this vision was powered by everything. Yeah,
Vision was based on love. Where what's the name? Ultron was just based on logic. He's like, oh, let me take this. All right, these are interesting. I'm going to take them. But one thing I did want to. Did y'all peep how Uatu basically just went Black Mom on what's his name? Just saying like, hey, it's right there, guys. It's right there. Just the answer is right there. 1 + 1 is what, guys?
Yeah. So basically, Uatu was like, if Jimmy had 5 apples, pick it up, Hawkeye.
It's but there is a precedence for the Watcher being detected because, there is a precedent for the Watcher being detected. Stop calling me while I'm on the show. Sorry, I do apologize about that. There is a precedent for the Watcher being detected because Strange Supreme detected him once and Watcher shut the fuck up. He got real quiet and didn't say anything because he knew that he would try to absorb him and he probably thought he was also a threat. Now he turns to him for help.
Say it.
No, that's what Strange was saying. That's what Strange was telling Uatu. He's like, nah, I know what you're here for, but I want you to say it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and honestly, if you go back and look at it, if he would have shut the fuck up, Ultron wouldn't have found him as fast. But Ultron was just like, who is that? What does that mean? And then Uatu almost like a kid who's terrible at cheating in high school. It's just like, oh no, the answer is C. The answer is C. If I put my hand over my mouth, he can't hear me. But again, I mean, this is an enjoyable episode. And then, I mean, I can't believe you guys didn't bring up the fact that Uatu just donned his Super Saiyan armor and was ready to get to battle, but still got his ass served. So, I mean, I enjoyed the fighting through different realities. And so one thing they've also been really well with, as far as like this whole what if thing, is they keep the continuity really, really good. There was a guy who showed up in Party Thor's episode that was in this episode. This was a guy wearing a pineapple shirt. And he's just randomly there. I don't know how the hell he got from Vegas to New York in that time, but even still, he was just there hanging out.
Yep. I mean, I also got to point out President Rogers.
Yeah. Cap comes president in a couple of times.
I want to point out the fact that Ultron, on the lack of fucks given, decided to, at the middle of a fight, try to headbutt Uatu. Like, why? Like, who does that? Like, do you see this dude? He's like, oh, he's like,
I just thought
you based on logic. Like what?
So, granted, Uatu can see multiple dimensions. So he has access to multiple dimensions. So, but he's stationed in one, and there's a watcher for each dimension, but they can all see each other's, and they're not supposed to interfere. So I've been trying to rack my brain about this Infinity Stone thing, because I strongly believe that the Infinity Stones don't work in other universes, but there may be a workaround. If if the Prime Ultron vision is based out of that dimension where Uatu is saying, he has access to those. So he still has capability of using his powers in other dimensions, because he still has an anchor in his main one. So it might be just an extension through.
So they did establish that there is a council, because I think it was on which one was it? Was it Captain Marvel? Where they show Stan Lee talking to the other Watchers.
No, that was Guardians.
No, that was
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Okay, so they already established that there is a council of Watchers. But what if has only been focused on Uatu and him looking at all the dimensions from his little corner pocket or whatever. I don't know what is it with these all-seeing beings that just suck at their job between Uatu or Heimdall. Like they see everything and they just oh damn, this got past me. How did it get past you? I see it all.
I blinked. But yeah, it's crazy. But I honestly think that's the only workaround I can think of, is that Uatu has a base that is based inside the main dimension. He just uses technology to observe and stay hidden. Ultron hacks that, and he now has access to view those. Because remember, he broke in. So that was a physical plane. He didn't transfer or merge in or anything like that.
No, he broke all the planes.
He broke through. So, but it may just be he has a house with many doors and he can see them all. So, and in addition to that, we still have the cracking of the multiverse from Loki. So,
not to mention, what's the name? Him just turning into Galactus and just biting a whole entire universe. I mean, that part too.
I think that was more imagery than anything. That
I know it was imagery, but I mean, it's still the callback to him is still pretty dope. I mean,
okay. Checking the comments on Facebook, Chuck Clark, Trey's trying to find a way out of admitting he was wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've admitted to being wrong in the show plenty of times before. So eat a dick. Anyway. Moving on, but yeah, anything else on What If, guys?
No, I mean, other than the fact that y'all peep, I don't know if his shield or power was celestial based, but did you peep like when Uatu put up his shield and how it kind of looks similar to the Eternals image energy? I don't know. Like I don't know if he's a celestial being or he's beyond celestial. I don't really know where he lies on that. Because just like the Eternals, he also has a rules to follow where he can't interfere. So I don't know. That's going to be a tie-in to Eternals.
It could be. And they have David. He's in the Marvel celestial hierarchy. He's up there. He's kind of on par with Galactus in the comics. So I could see them using to make it simpler for noobs or the uninitiated, making them all in the same par. So Celestials, Galactus, the Watcher, Ego to some extent, even though they kind of dwarfed Ego down. But Ego did say he was a Celestial. So anything that is a celestial being will be considered a Celestial. They could all be using the same type of technology. So there's the option there.
All right.
Okay. But ultimately, our final topic today, because we've been talking about battling and fighting and all this other shit, there was I think it was a post on Facebook or something like that. I can't remember.
It was
But basically,
on Twitter, basically calling out to say who would win in a fight between the Avengers MCU version versus the X-Men, the Fox version. So
do we have a quick rundown of the rosters?
Avengers, you have obviously Cap, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Hulk, and what's her name? Wanda and Vision.
Oh, so Wanda and Vision on the team?
Yeah.
Is Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier there too, or is just
Captain Falcon?
No.
He's Captain America, sir.
He's Black Falcon. He's Falcon.
And the X-Men just have what? Wolverine, Scott.
The basic guys. Wolverine, Scott, Storm, Jean, Professor X, Magneto, Beast.
They have them on that. They have Magneto and Professor X.
Yep.
Okay, then it's a little bit better in my opinion.
Do they have actual rosters or are these just movie covers?
It's a movie. To be honest with you.
Okay, that's what I thought. So let's just say that we take into the fact that let's just go everybody who's been in the Avengers and everybody who's been in the X-Men movie. Who do you think would win? Well, being as though the X-Men are constantly getting trashed by nobody. I mean, they have deeper. They fight more amongst themselves. Well, actually, both groups do that more. Honestly, just because the fact that the X-Men are wearing those tight ass leather suits, I'm going to say that it's going to be the Avengers because you can't really fight in leather
unless you're Wolverine. That man fights in anything. I'm gonna. Let's see, the Fox X-Men, they toned them down so much. I got to go with MCU.
I'm going with MCU. Between Fox and MCU, Avengers, and yeah, because Fox is such a left that. Maybe if they had Darwin on their team, they could survive. But they killed Darwin also. They killed a guy who's unkillable. So I have no hope in anything on the X-Men franchise. like they made, like I said, as I mentioned before in the Character of the Week when I did Cyclops, Fox made Cyclops a cardigan wearing cuck, and Wolverine is the Wolverine show. They tried to make Rogue into like a main character, but then she got like dwarfed down to like I don't want my powers anymore. So half the X-Men don't even want to be X-Men. And then they keep changing up. So which Fox X-Men are we talking about? We talk about pre-Singer or post-Singer? Like, what do we? Because we got two Beasts, we got two Professor X's, we got two Magnetos, we got two Cyclopses who's been 16 for like 4 decades.
Pretty much.
We have three different Jubilees.
Right. Who stayed 16? So I guess part of the X-Men power is aging slow.
We got 2 Kitty Prydes, and one of those is a guy now. Like,
stop!
I don't know what I'm just. What
we got Quicksilver, but as long as his daddy's there, he don't really care.
Yeah.
But we already
don't have any speedsters over there. They don't.
We already saw. Well, they had the other Quicksilver.
No, he's dead.
No, we're
no.
First of all, we're doing. Fox
we're not borrowing.
It's MCU and Avengers, so they got their Quicksilver. They got the Quicksilver with accent, Quicksilver without an accent. There's no Scarlet Witch. There's no Scarlet Witch on the Fox side.
Right.
Yep.
The Scarlet Witch on the Fox side is little baby. So,
but she didn't do anything.
I was about to say we don't even know that. He's holding
a little girl.
They haven't teased it at all.
She did nothing.
They didn't get a chance to.
We don't know.
And I'm not defending them, but yeah, okay. I'm still gonna go with MCU. I was trying to think like Charles, if he gets the drop on Wanda, then he'll be able to wipe her mind. Magneto's crushing iron.
That's a big if though.
Yeah, he couldn't even get into Phoenix's head. And Phoenix, and
that's because Phoenix is what? She's also a telepath. Wanda's not a telepath. She's not telepathic. She has reality warping powers. I don't think that's why I had Wanda's
powers are.
You said, well, I mean, even Marvel doesn't know, but still, that's why I added a caveat. If he gets the drop on her, then he can win that battle. Hulk can't touch Hulk. He's not going to get into Hulk's mind.
But they had the Juggernaut, bitch.
That dude, come on, man. Bullet Tooth Tony is not going to touch Mark Ruffalo Hulk. He's not doing it. He's just not.
All I gotta do is just keep running.
Magneto's crushing Iron Man in his suit. Deadpool should count.
Well, Deadpool's on both sides because remember, Deadpool's Mephisto. No, I'm sorry, Ryan Reynolds is Mephisto, not Deadpool.
He had to get one in here. One in here.
And my thought, I mean, I know it's strict. This part that I'm being ready to say is strictly off the comic books, but I mean, hell, Wanda said no more mutants. That should trump everything.
Well,
boy, what are you talking about? That's not even in the MCU.
I know. I just said.
The whole conversation has been MCU, the movie stuff.
They're trying to build up to the point where she gets to reality warping capabilities on a multiversal scale but they've already said that she's a Nexus being, so she can do that.
Right, but he's bringing up like stuff in the comics in the conversation about.
Well, they're building up to that. They're building up to that on the show.
All right, it's not there yet, but I honestly feel like after she just did and
she didn't even say no. She can't even say no more mutants. They're not even mutants yet in the MCU.
Facts that we know of. But Shriek was a mutant, and she is in Carnage. So there's the option there.
I mean, Wanda and Quicksilver were also mutants, but they were in their MCU, but they were powered by the Mind Stone.
By the Mind Stone, which makes no sense.
So then essentially she was attracted to her own self because when what's his name? Vision was powered by the Mind Stone. As soon as he got the Mind Stone, he started developing clothes and he grew a cape and Thor's thunder and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's why I said. That's why I still kind of find it on. That's why I don't understand how Vision came to be, without the need of Ultron. I don't know. It was just weird. They just throw anything out there just to throw stuff out there. So speaking of throwing stuff out there, let's go ahead and just throw out Beard Struggle. There's no transition. There is no transition. There is no thing. Hey guys. We're sponsored by Beard Struggle. Beard Struggle, if you go on our promo page, you go on blerdsandwhiskey.com, you go to partners or promos, and you'll see the page and you see all the beer stuff. You'll see stuff like that with the grooming stuff. You go through there, and that way we get points and credit for bringing traffic to the beerstruggle.com. Then use the promo code BLERDS1 to take 15% off your purchase. You can get your beard balms, your beard oils, your beard combs, your beard shampoos, your beard conditioners. You can get yourself a nice, luxurious beard. Like all of us for Rick Stroh. We're all sporting a beard, so we got the good look going on. Most of us connects. So shout out to genetics and stuff like that.
He's gonna hurt you. He's gonna hurt you.
He really is.
That's okay. I got the power of Mephisto on my side.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So this has been an amazing episode. Definitely got me riled up way too fucking early. But yes, make sure you like the video. Please like the video. Go ahead and close us out, Herb. Just go ahead and close us out. All right,
guys. Up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink.
And we out.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
And thank you for watching Blerds and Whiskey.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe on all social media platforms.
And check us out on blerdsandwhiskey.com.
Be sure to get that merch.
And come take this shot.